The Warriors, they're trying to get back to that championship level, and tonight they add a new guard alongside Steph Curry. Dennis Schroeder arrived at Golden State this week after being traded by the Nets. The 12-year vet is averaging the third most points in his entire career while averaging the most assists at 6.6. Now, he was introduced in the Bay this week. Here were his thoughts on joining the Warriors.
Really good chance he'll start, and then, he will definitely play all of the non-Steph minutes.
Just to be able to be around them now, especially Steph, seeing him, he's one of the, if not the best point guard ever, best shooter, of course. Just how to see how he works, and just excited to be a part of it.
So the Warriors have outscored opponents by 132 points with Steph on the floor this season, the best by any player on the team. But by contrast, they've been outscored by 29 with Steph on the bench. So our reporter covering the Warriors, Young-Masuk, is in Memphis for this game tonight as they start this short 2-game road trip. Everyone around the Bay has been talking about the addition of Dennis Schroeder, but what are the Warriors' expectations for his debut tonight?
Malika, they really hope Dennis Schroeder is going to plug a lot of holes. They have lost 8 of their last 10 games. Let's start with Steph Curry. Steve Kerr says he has had to handle an abnormal load offensively so far. They are struggling to score points, especially in clutch time in these games that are really close. They need Dennis Schroeder's playmaking, his ball handling, and his ability to set up Steph Curry for easier shots. Let's also talk about pick and roll. Steve Kerr expects to play more pick and roll for the Warriors, much like they did with Chris Paul, to utilize Schroeder's strengths. Also, as you heard Kerr say, he's going to play the non-Steph minutes. On Tuesday, they had a scrimmage. They put Schroeder with the second team on the second unit against Steph Curry and the starters to get Schroeder, used to the second unit and running that second unit. And then defensively, they expect him to fit seamlessly with Draymond Green. I talked to Kyle Anderson this morning at shoot-around. He said he should be able to pick up guys 94 feet, and they also like that he is an agitator. Just ask Taylor Jenkins. He was here last Friday with the Nets, and Dennis Schroeder and Jenkins got into it. I think he should fit in nicely for the Warriors, especially against this team, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Draymond say that they may need to adjust their game a little bit to Dennis Schroeder. Thank you so very much. How exactly will this look on the floor, though, is the question. That sounds like something for Shanae Agumake. Shanae, take it away.
Oh, yes. You know what time it is. It's Christmas time, so we all have to be on what? On good behavior. But the Warriors, they made a naughty move in a good way. They now have Dennis the Menace. Dennis Schroeder is having a career year, averaging 18 points per game. But this right here is where he will truly help Golden State. So you see, like the Golden State Warriors, they don't get enough pressure on the rim, whether it's their post players or their guards. You can see the numbers. Steph Curry leads them in drives per game at just under 9. Meanwhile, Schroeder, he averages almost 15 drives a game. So I'll show you why this is so important as we hit the court. First, take a look at their starting lineup. Let's look at the guards. We've got Steph and you've got Schroeder. And then we go now to the shooting guard position. Let's take a deeper look into how he affects the game on both ends of the floor. Let's start with offense. Now, he may not have the greatest size at 6'1", 175 at the point guard position, but y'all, that man has got some speed. He's able to just blow by 2 defenders and able to get the nice layup. Now, this is the same possession, which is what I love. Look at him. His eyes are going everywhere. His head is on a swivel. He's playing defense. You gotta love guards that fight over screens. You see it right there, but more importantly, he stays active. Look at his hands, forces a deflection. That deflection is not settled. It turns into a steal, and again, right there, that's just a quick 4 plus 5 point swing and one, son. But last but not least, y'all can't sleep around this man. You cannot sleep because on this handoff, he fakes it, instead turns a quarter and finishes again. The Warriors, they have made their trade list. They're checking it twice, and Dennis Schroeder makes the squad. Both naughty and nice, Malika.
Shanae, there is no better Christmas spirit than the one that you were bringing to this studio. The Warriors, they started off hot. They won 12 of their first 15 games, which gave them the 3rd best record in the NBA in that time, behind only the Cavs and the Celtics. They've come down to earth a little bit, just 2-8 since, tied for the 4th worst record in that span. So, Brian, after that excellent and spirited breakdown there from Shanae
I know where the Emmy
Bubake.
nomination is going to come.
Ding, ding, ding. Do you think the addition of Schroeder is going to fix what ails the Golden State Warriors here?
So to channel Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are. This is a team that is 14-11 and in 8th place. They've had ups, they've had downs, they've had to deal with a little bit of injuries, but they are not right now a great team. Schroeder will replace, hopefully, what D'Anthony Melton was giving them when they lost him for the year. And I will tell you this, if you've followed Schroeder's career, there will be nights where he flat out will win you the game. But it's nights, it's not every night. He's not an everyday difference-making player. He will help fill some of their weaknesses, particularly when Steph's off the court. But I still suspect that this team is headed towards going back into the market looking for a star. That's what they were in last summer. They had that brief interlude at the beginning of the season where their 13-man, 12-man rotation was making major waves. I'm not sure this is going to change the track that they're on, really.
Yeah, look, they told us they thought they needed a star this summer with their pursuit of Paul George, with them going after Lauri Markkanen. Dennis Schroeder fills a hole for them. He is not the solution to elevate the Warriors back into legitimate contender status. I mean, they got nicer with this, but not nice enough.
Yeah, you know what's interesting to me, what you said, Wendy? He might win you a game, but right now we're starting to see players emerge, more of them that can do that. I know when we think about Golden State and strength and numbers, we were talking about 13. Maybe it's whittling down to 10, to 9, but those 9 are looking stronger. Jonathan Kuminga, he can explode. He can win you a game. Buddy Hield, he can come on hot in the second half. He can win you a game. And now you add Dennis Schroeder plus Steph Curry and a playmaker and Draymond Green. You're starting to see the long-term play here to compete and to maximize Steph Curry's prime.
Yeah, it's just a matter of if they can fix some of those late game issues, because it's hard not to score in the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a game, and they've done it in consecutive games.
They're not a 2-8 team like they've been in the last 10.
Yeah.
They're probably closer to the 8 seed than the 1 seed where they were earlier this year.
And that's probably a fair assessment. And if it wasn't a Steph Curry team, I don't think that anyone would have any qualms about it.
So the Golden State Warriors made a huge trade. So the Golden State Warriors said what they were going to do and make some big trades, and trading for Dennis Schroeder was definitely a big plus. We actually saw that in Dennis Schroeder's first game, they were able to get the win against none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves, but the Golden State Warriors are looking further and trying to make things even better. A big name that has shown up on the sheet is definitely none other than Nikola Vucevic. Now, this has been a name that has been rumored by not only ESPN analysts, but also Golden State Warriors fans throughout the world. They definitely want a new big that can really provide that center dominance and that internal paint dominance that the Golden State Warriors desperately need. Yes, the Warriors live by the 3. They have great players like Buddy Hield, now add Dennis Schroeder, and also Stephen Curry, who are all scoring from deep. But where the Golden State Warriors definitely lack is definitely a big center that can provide that internal presence that will definitely help this team go further, not only just during the regular season, but also during the NBA playoffs. And with Nikola Vucevic, he can definitely provide that, paint dominance that is definitely needed. Nikola Vucevic has been averaging 20.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 3.2 assists, which is fantastic to see. And when it comes to Nikola Vucevic, we all know he's 6'10", 260 pounds, and not only just provides that presence inside, but has done a fantastic job for the teams he has played for.